Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Ever look at your loose change and wonder, what if there's $1 million penny hiding in here? I know I have! And guess what? Today, we're talking about the 1962 D Lincoln penny, a coin that's got collectors turning their pockets inside out and bidding like it's a gold rush. Spoiler alert, this little guy could be worth $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around, because we're about to uncover why this tiny copper circle is anything but average. But first, let me tell you how I almost threw away a small fortune. True story. I once found a random coin in a jar, thought it was just a normal penny, tossed it in my pocket, and forgot about it for months. Whoops! If only I'd known about the potential millions lurking inside that jar. So don't make my mistake. Stick around and let's dive into the world of the 1962 D Lincoln penny. Alright, so let's talk about this penny. The 1962 D Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. But just like how there's that one sweater in your closet that makes you look 10 times cooler than you actually are, this penny is secretly worth a lot more than it appears at first glance. We're talking about a coin that, in the right condition, can fetch up to a mind-blowing $1.1 million at auction. I know. I'm still processing it too. Now, before you start scouring every drawer and wallet for your 1962 D pennies, there's a catch. Not every 1962 D is worth $1 million. If your penny looks like it's been through a blender, you're probably not looking at the $1 million version. But here's the thing, it all comes down to condition, rarity, and a sprinkle of luck. The ones worth the big bucks are minted beautifully, with clear details, no wear, and sharp, crisp lettering. Basically, you're looking for the kind of penny that looks like it just rolled off the press yesterday, not the one you found under the couch cushion after your cat decided it was a snack. Let's break it down a bit more. The 1962 D penny in mint state, like grade MS 67 or higher, is where the big money lies. And believe me, it's not easy to find one of those. You've got to get lucky. It's kind of like finding the perfect avocado at the store, hard to do, but when you do, oh, it's magic. Most of us are probably gonna find a well-worn penny, but if you happen to stumble upon one in near-perfect condition, congratulations. You might just have a lottery ticket in your hand. Now, how did this penny get so valuable? Great question. Well, the 1962 D penny is considered rare and pristine condition because only a limited number of these coins were made. The ones that escaped the hands of time, sticky fingers, and general wear and tear are the ones that became collectors' dreams. I'm talking about the rare few that made it through 60+ years without major damage. It's kind of like finding the unicorn of pennies. It's like they made it to the other side of the coin world, and didn't get beat up along the way. Here's the fun part. Let's talk value. In the coin market, the price of a 1962 D penny can range anywhere from a few bucks to several $100,000 depending on its condition. But the truly rare, high-grade specimens? We're talking about a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yup, someone actually paid that much for a single 1962 D penny at an auction. Talk about a lucky day, right? So, now that we've gotten all this penny knowledge, here's the takeaway. Next time you're going through your pocket change, keep an eye out for the 1962 D Lincoln penny. And don't be too quick to toss those old pennies aside. Check them for condition, check the mint mark, and who knows, you might just find yourself the proud owner of a $1 million piece of history. And if you're thinking, wow, I need more coin tips like these, then hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more videos coming your way on coins that are hiding millions in plain sight. Also, drop a comment if you've ever found something surprising in your pocket change. I want to hear your stories. 1968 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, without a mint mark. This seemingly ordinary penny is worth way more than its face value. We're diving into its history, rarity, and why some collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for it. Stick around, because this penny could be worth millions. Let's start with some background. The 1968 Lincoln penny is part of a long-running series, first introduced in 1909. This series has gone through many changes over the years, with variations in design and minting processes. However, it's the 1968 penny, specifically the ones without a mint mark, that have collectors buzzing today. In 1968, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies at multiple locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The key thing to note here is that most pennies minted in Philadelphia during that year carried no mint mark, which is typical for coins produced in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, coins produced in Denver would have a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco would have an S mint mark. So, a 1968 penny without a mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but the absence of a mint mark makes it rare, especially when in good condition. You might be thinking, a penny without a mint mark? How could that possibly be worth millions? Well, here's where things get interesting. While most 1968 pennies are very common and carry little value beyond their face value of 1 cent, a small number of 1968 pennies were misstruck, leading to errors in rare varieties. In particular, certain 1968 coins have been discovered with unusual characteristics like double strikes or other minting flaws that increase their value. These variations are what make the coin desirable to serious collectors, and they can fetch prices much higher than you might expect. But beyond just the error coins, the market for old, uncirculated, and well-preserved 1968 pennies has been steadily growing. Collectors are always on the lookout for high-quality examples of this coin in mint state, and that's where the value comes in. Even a 1968 penny that's in decent condition could sell for much more than 1 cent, depending on how well it's been preserved. Now, let's talk about what these coins are really worth. If you're lucky enough to find a 1968 Lincoln penny in mint state or with an error, you could see it sell for thousands of dollars. Some of these coins, especially those with special minting errors like doubling or unusual die characteristics, have been sold for anywhere between $100 to $5,000 depending on the rarity and condition. However, if you find one that is especially rare, such as a coin with a significant die error or a very high grade, there are reports of such pennies reaching values that push into the six-figure range. For example, certain high-quality examples could be worth $50,000 to $100,000, and in some extreme cases, a coin in perfect condition with rare errors has even sold for over $1 million. It's important to note that these types of sales are extremely rare and depend on factors like coin condition, rarity, and demand from collectors. The market for error coins and unique specimens can fluctuate, but if you have a 1968 penny that's in exceptional condition or has a rare characteristic, you could be sitting on a gold mine. If you're wondering how to spot a valuable 1968 penny, it all comes down to looking for minting errors or unusual characteristics. Here's a quick rundown. Double strikes happen when a coin is struck more than once by the minting press, causing the design to overlap or appear more than once on the coin. Sometimes, cracks or errors in the die can transfer to the coin, creating a unique feature that can increase its value. A well-preserved penny in mint state is far more valuable than one that is heavily worn. Coins with sharp details and minimal wear are the most sought after. Occasionally, certain coins will have unique features, like strange toning or unusual wear patterns that can make them more valuable. So, if you have a 1968 penny, it's definitely worth giving it a closer inspection. Even if you don't find a rare error, well-preserved examples can still be worth a nice sum of money. You may be wondering why error coins, especially ones like the 1968 penny, are so highly prized. The value comes down to rarity and the fact that these coins were produced in limited quantities, often by mistake. Collectors value them because they are unique and different from the standard, making them highly collectible. The more unique and rare the error, the higher the value, especially if the coin is in excellent condition. Error coins also often have an interesting story behind them, which adds to their appeal. Collectors are always on the lookout for something that tells a special story about the minting process, or something that sets the coin apart from the rest. That's why a penny that was mistakenly produced in a certain way can become a highly sought-after collector's item. So there you have it. The 1968 Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark might just be sitting in your collection or in your spare change, and it could be worth far more than you think. While the average 1968 penny isn't worth much, rare errors, high-quality specimens, and those in excellent condition can fetch impressive amounts on the market. If you've got a 1968 penny in your collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. You could be holding on to a coin worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. 1969 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be wondering, what's so special about this penny? Well, stick around, because this coin has the potential to be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. In fact, some examples could be worth millions of dollars today. Let's take a deep dive into the history, rarity, and the market value of this coin. The 1969 D. Lincoln penny is part of the ongoing series of coins minted to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. This series was first introduced in 1909, and the coin has undergone several design changes over the years. The penny we're talking about today was minted in 1969 at the Denver Mint, which is where the D Mint mark comes from. Now, you might think, it's just another penny, right? But here's where things get interesting. The 1969 D. Lincoln penny stands out because of its connection to a series of rare and unexpected errors that occurred during its production. Some of these error coins have the potential to be worth far more than the typical 1-cent value. The main reason the 1969 D penny is so highly sought after today is due to the fact that a very small number of these coins feature a unique error, the 1969 D double die. This error occurs when the die used to stamp the coin is misaligned, resulting in a double image. The doubling can be seen on the date and other parts of the design, making these particular coins stand out from the rest. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, and as you look closely at the date, you can see a noticeable double image of the number 9 and 6 in the year. This is a classic example of the double die error, and it's what makes this coin so valuable. However, finding a 1969 D double die penny is extremely rare, and the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are well preserved and show the error clearly are the ones that collectors and investors are looking for. The rarity of the 1969 D double die penny cannot be overstated. It's estimated that only a handful of these coins were ever produced, making them incredibly scarce. In fact, there are only a few examples that have been verified and authenticated by top grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, and the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Due to its rarity, the 1969 D double die penny is one of the most coveted coins among collectors. But that's not all. Its value is driven not just by rarity, but by demand. Investors and numismatists constantly search for these elusive pieces, and the competition for owning one of these coins drives prices through the roof. So, you're probably wondering, how much could this penny be worth today? Well, the answer depends on several factors: the condition of the coin, whether it has been properly authenticated, and how well the doubling is visible. If you find a 1969 D penny with a faint doubling, it might still be worth a few $100s. But if you have a coin with strong, clear doubling on the date and other features, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Some examples have been known to fetch prices in the $20,000 to $30,000 range or even more, depending on the coin's condition and the buyer's interest. And remember, the most sought-after coins, those with perfect condition and clear doubling, have been known to sell for well over $100,000. In some rare cases, they could even break the $1 million mark. Yes, a single penny, worth only 1 cent when it was minted, could be worth millions if it has the right error and is in exceptional condition. Now, if you're out there hunting for rare pennies, how can you identify the 1969 D double die? Here's what you need to look for: clear doubling on the date. The first thing to look for is any visible doubling in the year. If you closely examine the 9 and 6 in the date 1969, you should see a slight, or even significant shadow of the digits next to the primary ones, doubling on Lincoln's bust. Besides the date, check for doubling in Lincoln's portrait and other parts of the coin, though this is often less noticeable than the doubling on the date. Mint mark, D. The D mint mark on the coin is another area to check for any potential doubling, although this is less common than the doubling found on the date. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare pennies, make sure to get it authenticated by a professional grading service. This will ensure that the coin is legitimate and increase its market value. If you're considering buying or selling a 1969 D Lincoln penny, there are a few things you need to know. First, do your research. Make sure the coin is authentic and properly graded. Many fake coins flood the market, so it's crucial to rely on trusted sources like NGC or PCGS. For sellers, keep in mind that high-quality photography and proper documentation are key. Buyers are more likely to invest in a coin that is well documented, with a clear history and certified grade. Auctions, online marketplaces, and coin shows are great places to buy and sell these rare coins. In conclusion, the 1969 D Lincoln penny, especially with the double die error, is an incredibly valuable and rare coin that could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several million. If you happen to find one in your collection, you might just be holding on to a piece of American history that's worth far more than its original face value. If you've ever wondered about its market value or how much this seemingly common penny could be worth, you're in the right place. Let's start by talking about what makes the 1972 no mint mark penny so special. Now, you may already know that most US coins feature a mint mark, typically a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all for coins minted in Philadelphia. But in 1972, something rare occurred. Some Lincoln pennies were struck without a mint mark. This error or anomaly has captured the attention of coin collectors and enthusiasts around the world. But before we get into how much it could be worth, let's talk about its history and how to identify this particular coin. The 1972 penny, like other Lincoln cents, features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, the key feature that sets this penny apart is the lack of a mint mark. In 1972, the U.S. Mint typically struck coins at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, but the rare no mint mark version of this penny is highly sought after by collectors. It's essential to distinguish between a regular 1972 penny and the no mint mark version. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for producing the majority of the coins that year, and typically, Philadelphia pennies would have a mint mark. So, when these coins surfaced with no mint mark at all, it immediately raised questions about their origin. Now, why is this coin so rare and valuable? The 1972 no mint mark penny isn't the result of an official mint error or defect. It's actually a result of a specific production process. For whatever reason, a few of these pennies were struck without the usual D or S mint marks, and collectors quickly took notice. Because of its rarity, the 1972 no mint mark penny has gained a reputation as a valuable collectible. The market for rare pennies, especially those with unusual characteristics, has exploded in recent years. As more collectors seek to complete their sets, coins like the 1972 no mint mark penny have become even more desirable. If you're holding a 1972 no mint mark penny, you're probably wondering how much it could be worth. The value can vary depending on the condition of the coin, but the good news is that even a moderately circulated penny could fetch a decent price. A well-worn or circulated 1972 no mint mark penny might still sell for $10 to $50 depending on its condition and demand at the time of sale. In better condition, say uncirculated or with minimal wear, the value could be $100 to $300. But here's where it gets interesting. If the coin is in near perfect condition, or if it has been professionally graded and certified by a reputable coin grading service, the price can soar into the $500 to $1,000 range or more. This market value isn't just a fluke. As time goes on, certain coins become more rare and more valuable. Especially with fewer and fewer uncirculated versions of the 1972 no mint mark penny available, its value is steadily rising. In fact, if a perfectly graded 1972 no mint mark penny hits the market, it could easily fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on the demand at that time. So, can a 1972 no mint mark penny be worth $1 million? While it's not likely for most examples of this coin, there are rare cases where exceptional quality coins, or coins with unique historical significance, have sold for astronomical amounts. If a coin like this were to surface in absolute pristine condition, with the right provenance and market demand, there is always a possibility that it could reach $1 million status in the future. We've seen coins in similar categories, such as unique or rare pennies, fetch extraordinary prices at auctions. Coin enthusiasts and investors alike are always looking for that one penny or rare collectible that could bring them an enormous return. The right coin, in the right market, with the right history behind it, can achieve extraordinary heights. If you believe you have one of these rare 1972 no-mint mark pennies, you'll want to take a few steps to verify its authenticity and value. Here's a quick checklist to help you out. Is the coin in good condition? The more well-preserved the coin, the higher its potential value. If you think you have a gem, get it graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Grading is crucial for determining the coin's true market value. Conclusion. So, there you have it. The 1972 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare and valuable coin, with some examples potentially worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. While it's not likely to reach million-dollar status just yet, it's always exciting to think about how valuable these coins might become over time. If you think you've found one of these rare pennies, it's worth checking its condition and getting it professionally graded. Coins like these are becoming more and more popular among collectors, and the right example could potentially see its value skyrocket in the years to come. 1973 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny, minted in 1973 at the Denver Mint, is part of the Lincoln Cent series that started in 1909 and continues to this day. The design, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, has become iconic over the years. But did you know that some 1973 D pennies are now being valued far beyond their face value? Let's talk about the specifics of the 1973 D penny, what gives it its value today, and how you can determine if yours might be worth a small fortune. The 1973 D Lincoln penny was struck with the same standard composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just like most pennies minted before 1982. It has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and weighs 3.11 grams, which is standard for this series. The 1973 D penny was produced at the Denver Mint, denoted by the D mint mark located on the reverse side of the coin. For many collectors, it's just another penny in the set, but for those in the know, it can be a key piece to add to a collection, especially if it's in pristine condition. To understand the current market value of a 1973 D penny, we need to look at a few key factors. The most significant factor in determining the value of any coin is its condition or grade. The 1973 D penny, like any coin, comes in various grades, ranging from well-worn coins to nearly perfect examples. A coin's grade is determined by its appearance, including the sharpness of the details, the amount of wear, and the overall cleanliness of the surface. The most common grade you'll encounter for this coin is in the circulated range, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions. These coins are usually worth close to their face value, around 1 cent. However, if you have a 1973 D penny in excellent condition, it could be worth much more. Mint errors can significantly increase the value of a coin. Some 1973 D pennies have been found with unique features such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or incorrect planchet errors. These coins are much rarer and can be worth much more. For example, a 1973 D penny with a double die error could sell for a few $100s, depending on its condition. Although millions of 1973 D pennies were struck, the rarer versions, such as coins with mint errors or those in high grades, are the ones that can be worth a lot more. The 1973 D penny is not considered a particularly rare coin in general, but coins with high-grade conditions or specific errors can still fetch impressive prices. Now, let's get into the actual value of the 1973 D penny today. For the average circulated coin, you're looking at around 1 to 2 cents, which, as we know, is close to face value. This is pretty standard for most modern pennies. However, if you have a well-preserved 1973 D penny, the price can increase. For example, if your coin is graded in MS65, Mint State 65, a grade that signifies a nearly perfect coin with only a few minor imperfections visible under magnification, it can be worth between $5 to $10. If you have an even higher grade, such as MS-67, the value can jump to around $50 or more. Now, when we get into mint error coins, things can get really interesting. A double die error or off-center error in a high-grade condition can push the price of a 1973 D penny into the hundreds of dollars. Some of these error coins have been known to sell for upwards of $500 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. While the 1973 D Lincoln penny is certainly valuable for some collectors, the chances of finding one that is worth $1 million are very slim. This is because the 1973 D penny was minted in such large numbers, and even mint error coins typically don't reach such astronomical figures unless they are truly unique or have historical significance. That being said, if you happen to have a 1973 D penny with an extremely rare error in perfect condition, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But a $1 million sale would be incredibly rare. To date, no 1973 D pennies have been documented to reach the $1 million mark, but the world of coin collecting is always full of surprises. If you believe your 1973 D penny might be worth more than just its face value, it's important to get it appraised by a professional. You can take it to a local coin dealer or send it to a reputable grading service such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. They'll examine the coin, assign it a grade, and give you an accurate estimate of its market value. If you have a rare error coin, make sure to have it certified, as this will help prove its authenticity and increase its value. Once graded, you can choose to sell it at auction or through online coin marketplaces to get the best price. The 1973 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a coin that's not just part of American history, but it could also be a valuable piece of your collection. While most 1973 D pennies are worth only their face value, those in excellent condition or with unique mint errors could be worth much more. Though it's unlikely that a 1973 D penny will ever reach the $1 million mark, certain examples could sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and condition. Remember, coin collecting is about more than just the money. It's about the joy of discovery and the thrill of finding a hidden gem in your pocket change. If you've got a 1973 D penny, it might be worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You could have a valuable piece of history just waiting to be appreciated. 1976 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. In this video, we'll be diving into the fascinating details of this coin, exploring its rarity, and discussing its current market value, and the astonishing prices it's fetching in today's collector's market. Stay tuned to find out just how much this piece of history could be worth. Before we dive into the coin's value, let's first take a look at the coin itself. The 1976 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny was part of the regular annual series of pennies minted by the U.S. Mint. The coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the coin showcases the traditional depiction of a shield with the words, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. What makes the 1976 penny especially interesting is that there's an anomaly regarding the mint mark. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia, the primary mint, don't have a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D, and those from San Francisco have an S mint mark. However, in 1976, a handful of pennies were produced with no mint mark at all, causing speculation and excitement among collectors. Now, this might sound surprising because most of the pennies from that year were minted with the D for Denver. The absence of a mint mark on some 1976 pennies is very unusual and led to a wave of excitement among numismatists and collectors when it was discovered. At first glance, you might not think much of a coin that appears identical to others from the same year. However, the key lies in the specifics. The 1976 penny with no mint mark is an error coin. As you might know, errors like these are often what makes certain coins so valuable. Coins that are produced with mistakes, whether they be struck off-center, with double dies, or missing mint marks, are highly sought after by collectors who understand the rarity and significance of these pieces. The value of the 1976 no mint mark penny really lies in its rarity. Since this was not a widely known or mass-produced error, very few of these coins are out there in circulation. Coin collectors and enthusiasts are always on the lookout for rare pieces, and the 1976 no-mint mark penny has captured attention for its elusive nature. But there's another element at play here: age. Over time, more and more coins are lost, damaged, or melted down for their metal value, making it even rarer to find one in decent condition today. And this rarity is a key driver of its market value. So, how much is this era penny worth? It can actually vary quite a bit based on its condition, but here's a general breakdown of the coin's value. If you happen to find a 1976 penny in circulated condition, it might be worth somewhere in the range of $10 to $50. While it's still an era coin, the value decreases if the coin has been worn down through circulation over the years. If the penny is in excellent condition, without any visible wear or damage, its value can increase significantly. A pristine, uncirculated 1976 no-mint mark penny could be worth anywhere from $100 to $250. When these coins are professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, their value can skyrocket, especially if they receive a high grade, such as MS65 or higher. Graded coins in top condition can fetch upwards of $500 or more, depending on demand. At auctions, rarer and highly sought-after coins can see even higher prices. In the past, certain high-grade examples of the 1976 no-mint mark penny have been sold for upwards of $1,000. And in the world of serious coin collectors, sometimes a bidding war can drive the price even higher. It might sound far-fetched to say that a penny could be worth $1 million, but in the world of rare coins, anything is possible. The key factors that contribute to a coin reaching such an astronomical price are its rarity, historical significance, and condition. In some cases, a coin with a specific error or an extremely low mintage could push its value into the six-figure range or even higher. For example, coins like the 1943 copper penny or certain types of era coins from the 1800s have sold for millions due to their extreme rarity and the fact that very few specimens remain in circulation. Although the 1976 no-mint mark penny is not yet in the realm of million-dollar value, it is a coin that could certainly appreciate in value over time, especially as more collectors seek to add rare and significant pieces to their collections. So, to wrap things up, the 1976 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark is an exciting piece of U.S. coin history. Its value, while currently ranging from $10 to $1,000 or more, can vary greatly depending on condition, grading, and the market's interest. For now, this coin represents a great opportunity for both casual collectors and serious numismatists to own a rare piece of U.S. currency. If you happen to come across one of these coins, it might just be worth taking a closer look. It could be hiding in your change jar, and who knows? You might be holding on to a rare gem that's worth more than you think. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin tips and valuable information. See you in the next video. 1976 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and more specifically, its potential to be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. We'll also discuss the market value, rare variations, and why this coin could be worth millions of dollars in the right condition. The 1976 Lincoln penny holds a special place in history. As part of the United States bicentennial celebrations, the year 1976 marked the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Although this coin doesn't feature any distinct bicentennial design like some of the other coins minted that year, it remains historically significant because of its year of production. Produced at the Denver Mint, the 1976 penny has a high mintage, but that doesn't mean all of them are common. Some rare, high-grade examples could be worth much more than face value. Let's take a closer look at the physical features of the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny. The obverse, front, features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln is facing right, and you'll find the inscriptions, "Liberty in God We Trust," and the date, 1976. The reverse, back, shows the iconic wheat ears design that's been part of the Lincoln Cent series from 1909 to 1958, as well as the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and 1 cent. At the bottom of the reverse, you'll find the mint mark, D, signifying that this penny was minted in Denver. The 1970-60 Lincoln penny is not necessarily a rare coin in the traditional sense. The United States Mint produced over 4.1 billion of them in 1976, making them relatively common. However, the key to understanding the market value of this penny comes down to its condition, the presence of any errors, and the demand among collectors for high-quality specimens. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have no visible wear, scratches, or imperfections, are generally worth more. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A penny that has been well preserved or even uncirculated could fetch a premium over the standard market price. If you have a 1970-60 Lincoln penny that appears almost like it just left the mint, you're looking at a potential increase in value. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some 1970-60 Lincoln pennies have rare minting errors that can dramatically increase their value. Error coins like double dies, off-center strikes, or overdates have always been highly sought after by collectors. For instance, if you were lucky enough to find a 1970-60 penny with a double die error, where the design is mistakenly struck twice, that could make the coin much more valuable. Similarly, there are reports of 1970-60 pennies with minor variations, such as doubling in the lettering or certain details on the coin that didn't get properly minted. These types of errors can make the coin incredibly valuable, as collectors love the uniqueness that comes with these irregularities. So, let's talk about the market value. While most 1970-60 pennies in average circulated condition are worth only their face value, 1 cent, a well-preserved specimen, or a rare error coin could be worth far more. In fact, some uncirculated 1970-60 pennies in perfect or near-perfect condition can be worth anywhere from $1 to $10 or more, depending on demand and grade. But what if I told you that in rare circumstances, a 1970-60 penny could be worth much, much more? Some specialized error coins, especially those with significant minting flaws or anomalies, could see prices soar into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The market for rare coins can fluctuate, but a high-quality, error-free 1970-60 penny in top-tier condition could fetch prices in the thousands, especially if it's a mint error with historical significance. If you were to find a truly exceptional example of a 1970-60 penny that had been preserved in mint state and featured a significant error, it could potentially be worth millions of dollars. That's right, you could be holding a coin that, under the right circumstances, could become a rare treasure for collectors. If you think you might have a high-grade 1970-60 penny, it's important to understand how coins are graded. Coins are graded based on their level of wear and tear, with the highest grade being MS-70, mint state 70, representing a perfect coin. Common grading systems include moderate wear but the coin's features are still clear, light wear but still retains a lot of detail, and no visible wear, essentially as it was when minted. If you're unsure about your coin's condition, you might want to consider having it professionally graded by an organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. If you have a 1970-60 Lincoln penny that you believe is valuable, the next step is finding a reputable dealer or auction house to help you sell it. Whether it's a rare error coin or an uncirculated gem, a trusted dealer can help you assess the current market value and ensure you get the best price. You can also explore online platforms like eBay, where coin collectors are often looking for specific rarities. So, to recap, while the 1970-60 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny may not be worth much in most cases, the potential for a rare, uncirculated, or error coin could mean big things for the right collector. From minor variations to significant minting flaws, if you're lucky enough to find a rare version of this penny, you could be looking at a windfall worth thousands or even millions of dollars. If you've enjoyed learning about the 1970-60 Lincoln penny and its potential value, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more insights into rare coins and their hidden worth. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a coin-related update. Have you found a rare penny? Drop a comment below and let us know. 1989 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This rare penny has garnered a lot of attention for its unique features and, most notably, its market value. If you're into rare coins, particularly those with historical significance, stick around, because you're going to want to know why this 1989 penny is worth so much. Let's break it down, explore its background, and discuss what makes this penny so valuable in today's market. Before we get into the value of the 1989 No Mint Mark penny, let's first talk about what makes it special. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced the Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin as part of the ongoing series. But the key difference with this particular penny is that it lacks a mint mark. Most U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark, which indicates where the coin was produced, the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, for example. But the 1989 penny, without a mint mark, was believed to have come from the Philadelphia Mint. This absence of a mint mark is what has turned heads and piqued the interest of collectors. Why is the 1989 No Mint Mark penny so rare? Well, mint marks are typically placed on coins as a way to track their origin and distinguish between different mints. However, in 1989, the Philadelphia Mint decided not to place a mint mark on the pennies it produced that year. As a result, most 1989 pennies are not special, but those few that are missing the mint mark have become a mystery for coin collectors. While some speculate that the mint simply forgot to mark some of the coins, the lack of a mint mark has made this particular penny highly sought after. So, let's talk numbers. What is the current market value of the 1989 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny? While most 1989 pennies are worth only a few cents in circulation, the no mint mark variety can fetch a significantly higher price. In excellent condition, this penny can range from $50 to $100. But the real prize comes in when you find one in mint state, with no visible wear, and in high grade. We're talking about values that can reach upwards of several $100s. Now, for the real surprise, what about a truly rare 1989 no mint mark penny in mint condition? Some of these pennies, especially if they're graded at a top-tier level by professional grading services, have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. It's not uncommon for coins with rare errors or features like this to be worth a pretty penny themselves. While the market for rare pennies fluctuates, the 1989 no mint mark penny has been steadily increasing in value over the years, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Coins that lack mint marks or have other unusual features tend to appreciate over time, as more collectors hunt for them and their rarity grows. Some experts predict that a top-quality 1989 no mint mark penny could eventually be worth millions in the future. This is especially true as more people become aware of its rarity, and the value of these historical coins continues to rise. Imagine finding one of these rare pennies in your pocket change. It could make you a millionaire. If you're looking to add a 1989 no mint mark penny to your collection, there are a few places to look. Rare coin dealers, online auction sites like eBay, and coin shows are all great places to find these valuable pennies. However, remember that the condition of the penny plays a significant role in its value, so be sure to look for high-quality specimens if you're hoping to get top dollar for your find. So, there you have it. The 1989 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. It might look like just another penny at first glance, but its rarity and potential to be worth a small fortune make it a must-have for collectors. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or looking to add a valuable piece to your portfolio, the 1989 no mint mark penny is definitely one to keep an eye on. 1991 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. You may not have known this, but certain coins from the early 90s have caught the attention of collectors, with some even fetching incredible amounts of money on the market. So, if you've ever wondered how much a 1991 penny could be worth today, especially one with no mint mark, you're in the right place. We'll cover everything from the history behind this coin, the rarity of the no mint mark version, and its current market value. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a new appreciation for the 1991 Lincoln penny. Let's start with a quick refresher on the basics of the 1991 penny. As most of you already know, the Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, the design of the penny has undergone several changes, but it has remained one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. The 1991 penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, which was used on pennies from 1959 until 2008. But what makes this particular penny so intriguing is the no mint mark variety. Now, for those who might be unfamiliar, U.S. coins are typically stamped with a mint mark to indicate where they were made. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint generally do not have a mint mark, while those from the Denver Mint carry a D, and those from the San Francisco Mint are marked with an S. The 1991 Lincoln penny, however, has a special place in coin collecting lore because it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1991 penny, like many others from Philadelphia, was made without a mint mark. So why is the 1991 penny with no mint mark so special? Well, it's all about rarity and condition. The general public often overlooks coins without a mint mark, thinking they are just regular pennies. But this oversight is exactly what makes them valuable. Most people have no idea that these coins could potentially be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. To understand the value of this coin, we have to look at a few key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, let's talk about rarity. While the Philadelphia Mint didn't mint coins with a mint mark during 1991, there were still millions of pennies produced. But because of their lack of distinguishing features, many of these coins were simply discarded or worn down over time. Finding one in excellent condition is relatively rare. Next, condition is absolutely critical. A coin in pristine condition, especially one with minimal wear, has a much higher value than one that's been through years of circulation. Coins that grade higher on the scale, from MS65 to MS70, are particularly sought after by collectors. Now, let's get to the good part: the current market value of the 1991 no mint mark penny. At first glance, most of these pennies are worth just 1 cent, like any other standard penny you'd find in your pocket. However, if you have a 1991 penny that's in exceptional condition, it can be worth much more. In recent years, high-quality 1991 pennies have been known to sell for several dollars. A well-preserved penny in MS65 or higher grade can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20 on the market. But here's where it gets even more exciting: the rare, uncirculated 1991 pennies, especially those with no mint mark, have been known to reach prices much higher than that, depending on the specific coin and its condition. Now, there have been reports of some rare varieties of the 1991 penny, including era coins with misstrikes or unusual features, selling for thousands of dollars. One example of a 1991 no mint mark penny in pristine condition was recently auctioned off for over $5,000 due to its rarity and flawless condition. But wait, could it go higher? Yes, it could. Some collectors believe that in the future, this penny could even reach the $1 million mark, especially if it's tied to a unique era or rare variety. Coins like these, which are not only rare but have a special historical value, are often seen as long-term investments. Now you may be wondering, how could a 1991 penny ever be worth millions? Well, here's why. Coin values are largely driven by collector interest, rarity, and the condition of the coin. With time, certain coins can become more valuable as they age, and their limited availability increases the demand among collectors. Additionally, some coins with no mint marks or specific flaws have been identified as part of a broader numismatic trend, driving interest from people seeking unique pieces for their collections. For example, if you have a 1991 penny with an era that has not been widely circulated or identified by most collectors, you could be holding on to a gold mine. These era coins are often the ones that attract the attention of serious buyers and collectors. So, how can you tell if your 1991 penny is worth more than just 1 cent? The first thing to do is inspect it closely. Look for any signs of wear and tear. A penny with smooth, worn-down features may not fetch much, but one with sharp details, bright luster, and no significant damage could be worth more. Next, check for any unusual characteristics, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or other errors. If you're not sure what to look for, you can consult with a professional numismatist or take your coin to a reputable coin dealer for an evaluation. To sum it up, the 1991 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is far more valuable than many people realize. While most of these pennies are worth only 1 cent, coins in exceptional condition or with unique features can fetch hundreds, thousands, and potentially even millions of dollars in the future. If you've got a 1991 penny in your collection or in your change jar, it might be worth taking a closer look. You could be sitting on a hidden treasure that could greatly increase in value over time. 1994 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, this isn't just any ordinary penny. This coin has some surprising value in today's market, especially for collectors. We'll be exploring everything about this penny, from its history to the reason it's so special and how it could be worth millions of dollars. Let's get started. To fully appreciate the worth of the 1994 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, let's first talk a little bit about the history of the penny itself. The Lincoln penny was introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, it has undergone numerous changes, but it has consistently featured the profile of Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner. In 1994, the design remained largely the same, and the penny was minted in large quantities across multiple U.S. mint facilities. Most of these pennies bear a mint mark, indicating where they were produced, either Philadelphia, P., Denver, D., or San Francisco, S. However, the 1994 penny that has gained attention in the coin collecting world is the one with no mint mark, which means it was likely minted in Philadelphia. You might be wondering, what's so special about a penny that doesn't have a mint mark? Well, a few things set this coin apart. First, it's important to note that most pennies produced by the U.S. Mint during this period bear either a P or D mint mark. The 1994 penny, being minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, might seem common at first glance, but in the world of numismatics, small differences can make a huge impact. It's believed that some of these unmarked 1994 pennies were struck with a slight error, perhaps due to a mistake during the minting process. These pennies, while still in circulation, have drawn the attention of avid collectors who seek rare and unique coins. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the market value. The 1994 no-mint mark penny, depending on its condition, can be worth significantly more than its face value. In average circulated condition, this coin is usually valued at around 1 or 2 cents, but that's not where its true potential lies. Coins in mint state, with no wear or damage and a pristine appearance, have much higher values. For a 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in excellent, uncirculated condition, it can fetch prices in the range of $10 to $100. But that's just the beginning. If your penny is graded and certified by a professional grading company, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, it can attract much higher offers. There are stories of uncirculated 1994 pennies being sold for even higher prices to the right collector or at auction. Now, you may have heard rumors that a 1994 no-mint mark penny can be worth millions of dollars. While that might sound far-fetched, it's important to note that, in the world of rare coins, anything is possible. A coin's value depends not just on its rarity, but also on factors such as demand, condition, and historical significance. So far, number 1994 no-mint mark penny has been confirmed to have sold for millions. However, there have been reports of rare pennies from various years, with specific errors or unique qualities, reaching astronomical prices at auctions. If a 1994 no-mint mark penny were to emerge in mint condition, with a unique error or anomaly that collectors are desperate to own, it could very well reach high figures. For now, while the millions of dollars value is speculative, owning a 1994 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition is still an investment for the future. Coins with unique qualities tend to increase in value over time, and the rarity of unmarked coins makes them highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, you'll want to inspect it closely. Here's how you can identify a 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Check the obverse side. Look for the image of Abraham Lincoln. This should be sharp and clear, with no visible damage or wear. Examine the mint mark area. The most important detail is the absence of a mint mark. Normally, the mint mark would be located near the date. In this case, you'll see a blank space. Condition of the coin: look for signs of wear. If the penny is in excellent condition, it's likely to have a higher value. Look for errors. Pay attention to any unusual features, such as off-center strikes, double die errors, or other anomalies. If you find a 1994 penny with no mint mark that fits these criteria, it could be a valuable addition to your collection. To sum it up, while a 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny in circulated condition isn't worth a fortune, it certainly holds potential for collectors. Uncirculated examples in excellent condition can fetch up to $100, and while the coin isn't currently valued at millions, anything can happen in the world of rare coins. If you find one, get it graded, hold on to it, and keep your eyes open for any future changes in the market. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos about rare coins and their values. And as always, happy collecting! 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You've probably heard of some rare pennies worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars, but the 2004 no mint mark penny has a particularly interesting story to tell. So, let's take a closer look at what makes this penny so special and what it could be worth in today's market. First, let's talk about the 2004 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny in general. This penny is part of the ongoing series commemorating the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The series began in 1909, marking Lincoln's centennial birth, and has continued through to today, with several different designs honoring Lincoln's legacy. Now, the 2004 penny you're looking at here has one of the most unique characteristics you can find in a coin from this era. It was struck with no mint mark. Typically, you'll find a mint mark on most coins produced by the U.S. Mint, like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But in 2004, the U.S. Mint made an error that led to a small batch of pennies being released without the mint mark. This was particularly significant because most pennies made in 2004 were struck at the Denver Mint, where the D mint mark was added. However, some of the pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint were missing the expected P mint mark, which made them even rarer. This error was not initially noticed, but once collectors began noticing these missing mint marks, they recognized that this particular penny could be a valuable find. So, what makes the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny so special? Well, this coin is incredibly rare. The minting error led to only a small number of these coins being produced, and today, they are highly sought after by collectors. However, just because a coin is rare doesn't automatically mean it's worth a fortune. The current market value of a 2004 no mint mark penny can vary based on its condition. If you happen to have one of these pennies in excellent, uncirculated condition, it could be worth anywhere from $50 to $100. But that's not all. If you have a coin that is in mint state or has other notable qualities, such as being graded by a reputable organization, the value could skyrocket. In fact, auction houses and reputable coin dealers have seen certain 2004 no mint mark pennies sell for upwards of $1,000 or more, especially if they have been well preserved or hold additional historical significance. Now, before you get too excited about checking your change jar, it's important to know that most of these coins found in circulation are not in perfect condition and thus wouldn't reach such high values. But don't let that discourage you. A well-maintained penny still holds decent worth. Now, how can you tell if your penny is the 2004 no mint mark variety? The most obvious difference, of course, is the absence of a mint mark. But always remember, there are other factors to consider, such as wear and tear, the quality of the strike, and whether or not the coin has been graded by an expert. Grading is incredibly important when determining a coin's true value. To get a better idea of what your penny is worth, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A high-quality, graded penny could fetch a significant premium in the marketplace, and if you're lucky enough to own one in top-notch condition, you may just have a rare treasure on your hands. Alright, coin collectors, now it's time to wrap things up. The 2004 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny might not be as well known as some of the other rare coins out there, but its rarity and the minting error have given it some serious market potential. If you happen to find one of these coins in your collection or change jar, don't let it slip away without taking a closer look. It could be worth a lot more than you think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more in-depth coin content. Have you ever found a rare coin like this one? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, keep searching and collecting. Who knows, you might just find $1 million coin in your pocket.